Alright guys, we're back with another episode of account reviews. Today it's gonna be a fun one because I love when people give me fresh accounts or like semi noob accounts because it gives me a lot of things to talk about that most endgame accounts already have done already, so it'll make the process a lot easier. So I'm excited about this episode for sure. Anyways, today's number 6 guest will be Kylina, a level 66 commander, so let's go right into it. Nothing too crazy here. A lot of coins. I think when I asked for this, a lot of people were doing gachas. I'm not even sure because everyone right now seems to be having like a lot of coins in the last few episodes. So I'm gonna assume that there was an event going on. I'm not sure. I think there was, but whatever. Anyways, let's see. We got a lot of ships as of right now in the 90s, some 80s, but a lot of 90s here. Not good. Not good split. Not bad. C6, it's like a pretty good spot where you want to be. A lot of good levels split all around. So I'm gonna assume your priorities as of right now are just like the 90s and 80s, which is fine. I have nothing really to talk about for those. Just if you have a specific ship you want to level up to like it's your favorite or whatever, go ahead and do it. Don't be like, oh, is this ship good or not? If you like a ship, go ahead and take them to 100 or 120 if you want to go the extra mile. Because for the most part, I said it many times, the game's meta stuff doesn't really matter that much. It comes down to levels, and when you get to the higher end stuff, to an extent, it does kind of matter. But if you're like really confident in your gameplay and you're like really good at the game, you can get away with some stuff too there as well. You don't have to be full on meta for this game. So, first advice: if you have a ship you want to level up to max or whatever, take them to max. Otherwise, I'll worry about the questions and stuff later on. But if you have a ship you like, take them to 120 or 100, whatever you want. As of right now, not bad. A lot of good ships. I think you're like all over the place with this with whatever your progression, which is fine. I do see one PR ship. I think is that your only one? So that's pretty good for a level 66, and that's your first PR ship. That's pretty good actually. That's really good. Very fast on the progression there. Very nice. Let's see here. A lot of blue ships, and if you don't plan on limit breaking a ship, go ahead and use them to, or if you don't plan on using them for a limit break or whatever, go ahead and sell some of these ships because you don't really need them. But I'm gonna assume that you want to use them for max level or rank or whatever, so go ahead and do so. Prince right here. This is what you expect from a fresh account, honestly. Just pop open these gold gear boxes. You may need these gears, so never have gold gear boxes lying around because you're probably gonna need the gear. So go ahead and toss those in. Go ahead and research those SSR cat boxes as well, because you might get you could get like usable cats, but probably probably not though. But hey, a free SSR cat, just pop those in, use them if you need a slot to use cats. Free stats when you're in combat. Unless you're calculating, go ahead and dump the prince as well. But I assume, like, aside from like St. Louis, you don't have the other ones unlocked, so hold on to them for now. Definitely work on your purple plate farm because this is very lacking right now. But I'm assuming you're getting your shifts up right now, so worry about that later. Actually, I'll look at the gear first before I get into that. Now I noticed that you don't have many gold gear here, and that's perfectly fine. I know this is like probably like 2 or 3 weeks backed up, but I did make for this post or whatever, but I did make a video like a few days ago on how to do your gear progression, so I hope you took a look at those videos because they'll help out a lot. As of right now though, you're lacking so you have purple gear, which is fine, but I don't know like where all your other gear is. I think you have this turned off. Yeah, turn your equipments on because I can't see your gear right here, but I'm gonna assume you don't have a lot of gold gear or whatever, so pop these open and whatnot. But turn your equips on next time because I don't know what I'm looking at. Toss these blue gear too because you have a lot of them, and white gear, whatever. Technology stuff. You're getting there. Some new player stuff. Don't worry about this too much. You're researching Monarch as of right now. Very easy. PR1 stuff is generally very easy, so I won't worry about it too much. Just go about farming this whenever you want. Because you do need the prince after all, so don't worry about it too much. You'll get there eventually. PR2, PR3, so you're working on PR1 as of right now, which is perfectly fine. Knock this out or unlock them as much as you can. I will say this though, if you have the technology points to get into like PR3 and whatnot, definitely go for PR3 next. Then come back to PR2 when PR4 comes out or something. But right now, if you want to focus on PR1, go for it. I'd say go to PR3 next though after you're done. So you have 4 dorm space. I would say get more, but that's up to you. Or get at least one more. The 6th one is debatable if you want it or not, but definitely get the 5th one though, because it's gonna help you get a lot more EXP in the long run, especially if you don't play often. So definitely do get the 5th slot. It's gonna help out a lot. The 6th one is up to you if you want it or not. I got it because if I'm gonna play this game for like a long period of time, I might as well get like more EXP out of it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely do consider though getting the 5th slot or whatever. Let's see, cats here. You have some cats. Let's see. This Oscar is not good, but it's definitely usable. So any cats you got right now is perfectly fine. Pop open those 2 SSR cat boxes though, because I'm pretty sure you don't like you have them right here in like the top right corner. So pop those open. Research those. So you're working on World 6 right now. Definitely a good place to start farming is 6-1. So if you need SG rares, go ahead and farm here. You also need a lot of purple plates as well. And then you're good to go there. But 6-1 is a really good spot though to auto and whatnot. So definitely do consider farming here. Working on St. Louis and Pola right now, perfectly fine. Working on your medals, that's also fine as well. Did I say show medals? I don't even know anymore. Don't worry about medals too much right now. You're still a fresh player, so I wouldn't think too much of it as of right now. PvP, just throw whatever you have the strongest levels, perfectly fine. I don't know why are we on skins right now? Are you showing me you bought these skins? All right, that's fine. Anyways, though, I think you have some questions for me here. So let me see here. Okay, limit breaking first. So limit breaking again. I said it multiple times. If you have a specific ship you want to limit break or whatever, then do so, because these ships, if you're gonna like them, you're more motivated to get them to higher level than just get them to high level or whatever. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing for majority of this game is levels. So do that. Now, assuming you don't have anyone in particular you really like, I'd say here's what you can do. Enterprise is fine. Essex is fine. Illustrious, she's gonna be good later on, but you don't have to do it as of right now. Takeo is kind of meh. Yukikaze is good. Fox Sisters, they're alright. You can get them up if you want. Honestly though, if you want to limit break them, just farm for duplicates at 3-4, then using bullets on them. But that's me though, because you're gonna need a lot of repair toolkits. And judging by your inventory as of right now, you don't have that many repair toolkits. I think you're using all of them, but you're gonna need a lot of repair toolkits. So you might as well just go back to 3-4 regardless, because you're gonna need the repair toolkits. And you can farm for duplicates as well of Akagi and Kaga. So do consider that. Z23 is fine, but you get user primarily for 1-1 farming. Work on whatever submarines you have as of right now. Mary Rose is like whatever. It's a collab ship, but she's not super terrible. San Diego is good later on, but you don't need her. You don't need to invest into her right now because you're only at World 6. But later on, she's gonna be very good. Helena is a perfectly fine investment. Definitely a good ship. South Dakota is whatever. Warspite is pretty good for boss fleets and whatnot. Not for mobbing though. Kagikaga, whatever. Okay, so I see that your biggest problem as of right now is Vanguards. Now, I'm gonna judge from this. I'm gonna say most of your Vanguard is gonna. If you're doing a full fleet setup, you're probably gonna be using Yukikaze, Z23, and Mary, right? Which is perfectly fine because they're high levels. Now later on, it's gonna be difficult because you're not gonna have all those levels regardless. So do consider working on some cruisers, because right now I see a lot of destroyers at high level. Work on some cruisers. San Diego, work on it later. Helena is a perfectly good investment. Zara and Pola and St. Louis are probably going to be like your 3 best durable Vanguards as of right now that you can work on. So do consider getting these girls up. Zara, Pola, St. Louis, all good choices for durable Vanguards. Go ahead and get these girls up. I don't think, is this all your ships? Maybe. Who knows? There's also some good free durable ships as well. If I see any right here, there's Portland. Portland retrofitted is very good as a durable ship. Now she doesn't do damage, but she's very durable. And if you're playing for story only or whatnot for now because you haven't progressed much in OS, Portland is a perfectly fine ship to take with you because she's cheap, very durable, and overall a very good ship. So I highly recommend getting a Portland up to max limit break and retrofit. Very cheap investment, and to get Bullens as well because you only need duplicates of her. So do consider that. Saratoga is a good ship to get retrofit, so consider that as well. And for the most part, what you need as of right now is just one solid good fleet. So I don't see any battleships here. I don't know why, but I don't see any battleships. I think your best battleship is probably like Warspite in South Dakota. There's many battleships right now that have like AoE stuff. So you have like Nelson, Rodney. These two right here are very good battleships for like AoE clear. And they're pretty good flagships as well because they have those AoE. So if you need like a really solid battleship as a flagship, do consider Nelson, Rodney to be in that fleet. Because later on, well, you're in that world specifically as of right now. World 6 is the introduction of purple plates, right? But that's not the only introduction of World 6. World 6 is where you're going to start seeing suicide bombers. And suicide bombers are going to hit your backline. And carriers can't really defend against suicide bombers because they have no auxiliary guns. So if you want ships that can defend against suicide bombers in the backline, battleships are definitely the way to go. Specifically non-USS battleships because they have light cruiser guns. So if you're struggling with World 6 and whatnot, I do highly recommend you get a Nelson or a Rodney, or both of them actually, to a good enough level, and then slot them in that one auxiliary light cruiser gun, which is like 4-3 or whatever that I said in my other videos with farming progression and gear progression and whatnot. Do consider getting those gears for her, for these two girls, and then if that'll make your farming a lot easier for World 6 because not only do you have wave clear with Nelson, Rodney, because South Dakota and Warspite doesn't have that wave clear for battleships, but you'll also have a suicide bomber protector, and also they're very cheap as well. Now you do have Littorio as well, which is fine, but you have very little purple bullets right now. And honestly, if I were you, I would save these SSR bullets. I would save these SSR bullets right now for Vanguards. So like Zara, Pola over Littorio. But that's just me though. I would save these for like Vanguards right now. You have a lot of carriers worked up as of right now, which is perfectly fine. But you don't really need carriers until like World 12 and whatnot. Like you can use them, but they're not going to be very good in the 6 through 11 worlds most of the time because they don't have suicide bomber protection. So you gotta be very careful about that. So use your SSR bullets, the very little you have on durable Vanguards or damage Vanguards in general, like Zara, Pola. You can't use it on St. Louis because she gets it naturally from Prince. And then work on Nelson, Rodney, because you can farm these duplicates as well from different maps or whatever. Very cheap investment. You can get duplicates from farming very easy. They're also very good solid ships as well. So Nelson, Rodney, do consider getting these girls up. They're going to help you out a lot. And let's see, what gear should I try to have? Okay, so again, you didn't show me in the gear here, but I did make a video a couple days ago. I highly recommend everyone watches it, specifically newer players, on how to do gear progression and whatnot. Judging from what I see here, though, you're in the world of World 6 right now, right? So you're farming World 6. What it means to farm World 6 is quite simple. When you're in this world and you're farming this world, you want to prepare ships and gear specifically for this world, right? Because this is where because from 1 through 5, it changes once you hit World 6 on how you do fleet development. So in World 6, again, I recommended Rodney and Nelson, right? Previously. Work on investing into these girls. So you're gonna need like 410s and whatnot. I don't think you have any as of right now, but 410s are good guns to use. 410s drop at 6.3, or you can do what I say and just open up gold gearboxes, and you'll probably get some there. Get the auxiliary guns from 4.3 or whatever that you need for defending against suicide bombers, And then for auxiliaries as of right now, if you have nothing really in particular slot in, just get SG radars. SG radars can be farmed at 6-1, and I recommend farming 6-1 in general because it's very, very easy, and you need a lot of SG radars for BBs, especially when you're a beginner, because those are really, really good slots for battleships because they have very, very low hit, so you want to hit your shots. So it'll make it a lot easier. Also, until you lock safe mode, the SG radar will make it so you get less ambush, so it'll help out a lot. So, as of right now, where your current state of the game progression, work on some durable vanguards. So, like, again, Zara, Pola, St. Louis PR, so you're going to develop that slowly, and work on battleships. So, Littorio is good, but you don't have a lot of spare SSR Bullens, so I wouldn't recommend investing into her as of right now. Nelson, Rodney, though, you can farm these duplicates in a very, very low world. I don't know which world specifically, but you can farm duplicates in these in like low level worlds. Get duplicates, get them to max limit break, take them to like level 80 or 90 or so. Max out their big 7s. Get them a good auxiliary gun and a good main gun with some good SG radars, and you can basically sit farming at 6-1 for a very, 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 very long time, to the point where you're comfortable with purple plates and whatnot. And you'll be good to go. Just sit there for a bit, farm up some SG radars, get a lot of purple plates, upgrade your gear, because gear is also important as well. Get Nelson or whatever to like 100, 110 even if you want to sit here and farm for a long, long time. And you should be able to get to the point where you can use these girls to carry throughout like the next 2 or 3 worlds. Because I did that for my Iron Man series, and again, if you guys are new to the game, highly recommend watching my Iron Man series because I played this game from scratch using no gacha ships and no RNG boxes for progression. So you guys can see step by step what I do specifically in the game. So that's my advice for this player as of right now. Just work on ships solely for being good at World 6, using that to farm a lot of purple plates, get some levels in, and eventually once you're in a good spot, you should be prepared to push on to future worlds. Not only that, Nelson and Rodney preparing ships like those and damage and tanky vanguards as well will also set you up for events such as the Littorio one, not Littorio, the Italian event we just had, stuff like that. Especially if you're a new player, wave clear is always good. Suicide bomber defense is always good as well. So very cheap investments, very, very good investments. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Very, very fun account, I have to say, for this one. I wish you showed me your gear though, so I can help you out more, but it can't be helped. Do consider watching those videos though that I suggested earlier, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.